My suspension is a conspiracy, says Natasha Uduaghan. Natasha Uduaghan have actually silenced the negative voices Nigerians are raising against her suspension. She said clearly that her suspension is a conspiracy and she knows those involved in that suspension. Of course, we are going to show you everything here. We'll just open up everything she said about this very conspiracy. And she said and vows to what? Fight back and fight dirty. As it is now, she is seriously fighting and raising dust, a lot of dust now, about her suspension, which must resume this coming week. She have actually said she have reported to the various agencies and organizations that will be watching all her move and everything in the Senate House, that her suspension is never meant to be, that she did nothing wrong. Rather, she's just representing her Kogi Central constituents that elected her to represent them. As it is now, Natasha Uduaghan have actually consulted many Nigerians, activists, and civil organizations to be on alert on what she termed will happen next week.
I come with a heavy heart from Nigeria, but first I'd like to apologize to Honorable Kafila Ogbara. I am not here to bring shame to our country. I'm here to seek help for the women of Nigeria. Again, my name is Senator Natasha Uduaghan. 5 days ago, on the 6th of March 2025, I was suspended. As a senator, I was suspended illegally because I submitted a petition of sexual harassment against the President of the Nigerian Senate, Senator AKPABIO. I thought that by submitting the petition, he would recuse himself, and both of us will submit ourselves to the Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petition for a fair and transparent investigation. But unfortunately, I was silenced and I was suspended. I was suspended for 6 months, amongst many other stringent conditions, such as taking away my security, taking away all the officials' vehicles and other items that were handed over to me as a senator. My salaries will be cut off. I must not appear anywhere near the National Assembly. And for 6 months, I'm not to introduce myself or present myself as a senator locally in Nigeria or internationally. That means I'm here illegally. But I had no other place to go but to come here and speak to you women. Because this is a bigger picture. This is a bigger picture. It depicts the crisis of women political representation. My suspension is not just about me. It's about the systemic exclusion of women from political leadership in Nigeria. Women make up 3.6% of political offices. And in the Senate, it's just 2.8. We have 109 men and only 4 of us are women. So right now, it's 108 with only 3 women. This is a clear case of political victimization, punishment for speaking out against impunity, corruption, and gender-based violence. The United Nations Declaration 48-104 declares sexual harassment as a form of gender violence. The Senate's actions are an assault on democracy. I was elected by my constituents to represent them. Yet a few powerful men have unilaterally decided to silence their voices by suspending me for 6 months. My call for an open and transparent investigation into harassment allegations have been met with hostility instead of accountability. If a female senator can be treated this way in the full view of the world, imagine what ordinary Nigerian women would go through every day in workplaces.
This is what Natasha Uduaghan is saying. It is not about herself, but about Nigerians. There is a conspiracy in the Senate House. This is a cabal controlling everything happening in Nigeria. That is what Senator Uduaghan is saying. That Nigerians should raise their voice against this impunity. That this is impunity. That they should challenge this power tussle. That they want to control Nigeria. That Nigeria is in darkness. That many things are happening in the Senate. That is what this woman is saying. And they are using AKPABIO to fulfill all those things they are doing in Nigeria. That's why they don't want any voice to raise against them. They want to silence any voice that speaks against them. That is what is happening. So let us go in details on what Senator Natasha Uduaghan is doing and saying right now. Because she have actually taken this case to another level. The Senate's constitutional overreach in the case of Natasha Uduaghan. Democracy dies when laws become weapons and lawmakers become serial lawbreakers. Yet I make one more attempt to caution against this latest democratic assault. To the Senate and senators, resent your unconstitutional decision immediately. Record Senator Natasha Uduaghan without delay. Seize your scandalous misappropriation of what public office abuse powers to break laws and breach our constitution. Demonstrate that Nigerians want commitment to justice, constitutional governance, and rule of law is a substantive word, not rhetorical. End this hubris now. To fellow Nigerians, unify our voices and take a collective stand against this continuing constitutional assault. 6 months of this crisis is already too many. Every day without remedy chips away at democracy's foundation. Every moment, court orders are defied by those in power. Teaches our children that law is optional for the powerful. Collective stand against this continuing constitutional assault. 6 months of this crisis is already too many. Every day without remedy chips away at democracy's foundation. Senator Uduaghan's right to resume duties was explicitly affirmed by Justice Nyako's ruling. She was served out the unconstitutional suspension. Our collective defense of her immediate return defends every Nigerian's right against public power abuse. The Senate President and 107 senators are not more powerful than Nigerians people. A word is sufficient for the wise, including those who despise wisdom. This is what is actually happening. So the Senate House is not for few individuals, it is for everyone. And this is why most of the senators are not speaking up. Many things are happening there. It is being controlled like a woven. It is run like a secret court. Many people are not speaking up. Many things are going wrong in that place. Most senators are there damaging the affairs of Nigeria. Damaging everything about Nigeria, causing problem for Nigerians. Because they invent many things that are unjust and ungodly. Senator Uduaghan is exposing many things, and she vowed to fight that she must arrest and sue Senate clerk should he stop her from performing her legislative functions. This is a conspiracy, she said, a serious conspiracy for the few elites, and that's why most people are quiet. They want to take that her position. They want take that her position to Yahaya Bello. They want Yahaya Bello to assume that's her office, and they have tried it and it failed. They want to compensate Yahaya Bello with her office. She said it. It's a serious conspiracy. These are the people that tried to recall her, but it wasn't possible for them. what is happening in Nigeria. Are some Nigerians more Nigerians than others? And many voices that are supposed to speak against this are not speaking up. They are silenced. And those that are what that may speak, if you speak, they will work against you. That is the type of Nigeria we find ourselves today. So Natasha Uduaghan is seriously working on fighting back and dirty. Whatever it will cost her, as she said, she just vowed to fight dirty this battle. She's not relenting. She's not backing off. She's just ready to continue representing her people, because her people duly elected her to do so. So no one should stop her. That Nigeria belongs to all of us. That she's not running. She must do her duty, perform her duty very, very well. So we are following this case very up, and what telling you, giving you every update that is developing about this very case. So if you have never subscribed, kindly subscribe now for more updates on this and many more. Thank you so much, and do have a lovely day ahead.